Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing another perfume review. Incredible. That's right, friends. Today we are back with another review. The first review of the autumn and winter season 2023 to 2024. And today's review, as you can see, is going to be on Lalique's famous seminal fragrance of Encre Noire. This review will follow my tried and tested technique of telling you which notes are in the fragrance, telling you which notes I get the most, and then just talking about it until I can talk no more. So, the notes for Encre Noire, according to Parfumo, are cypress, vetiver acetate, bourbon vetiver, Haitian vetiver, cashmere wood, and musk. The notes I get are cypress and vetiver, and something akin to Isoe Super. Some kind of big, expansive, cedary, woody, nondescript, but like a booster, you know. It's not in the notes, but I definitely get something that does that. Now, whether that's cashmere wood or the musks or whatever vetiver acetate is, I don't know. But here we are. So, my thoughts on the fragrance. Encre Noire, it came out in 2006, and it was made by Nathalie Lawson, a very famous perfumer. Many call her the Queen of the Cheapies, which is harsh, because at retail this isn't that cheap. Retail, this is like £110, £120, you know, but excuse me. One thing about Encre Noire you will know, and I know certainly, is that it can be found at discounters for under £30, $30, €30, whatever your currency is or that equates to. Not an expensive fragrance. Lalique does not have a stranglehold on its distribution, and it makes its way to discounters frequently and cheaply. As such, this has become a very famous fragrance for that. If you pay retail for this, there's something wrong with you, or you've been absolutely done, because it's 4 times more expensive at retail and it ain't worth it. Not when it's reliably acquired from discounters and has been for years for like less than 30 quid. It has spawned 2 flankers and a female fragrance and a female version, which I have never smelled, but I do have the other flankers. Encre Noire Sport is a fantastic summer flanker. Absolutely brilliant. Has the introduction of a note of, is it like a grapefruit? Which I don't usually like. But it's lighter and it's a bit brighter than this. This is quite dark. Encre Noire à l'Extrême is an amber. It's got a big ambery, slightly woody base, and it's beautiful as well. I absolutely love it. But this is a review of the original. So released in 2006. I don't know how long it became widely circulate, how long it took for this to percolate through to the discounters. But ever since I've been aware of discounters, this has been on discounters for next to nothing, an absolute pittance, and it's worth every penny of £25-30. It's an amazing fragrance for £25 to £30. It sort of starts off, I'm going to spray it to remind myself of it. I'm not wearing it today. Often when I do a review, I wear the fragrance as scent of the day, but not today. In fact, today I'm wearing another fragrance very similar to it, which inspired me to do this review. So, when you first spray this, something that you get straight away is this kind of looming, when you see like really dark clouds on the horizon, you get this kind of looming feeling, you know, this darkness. And the darkness tends to stay there for almost all of the fragrance. It hangs on. But you also get this green hue. Imagine if you could get like a, you know how like some clouds have got like a navy blue to grey kind of hue, black, navy blue, grey darkness, like nighttime in the middle of the day, that kind of thing. This is, imagine those clouds, but with like a very deep, dark green kind of vibe. It's got that. It's got a lot of vetiver going on in here. I get a general vetiver from it. My nose, I can't pick out bourbon vetiver from Haitian vetiver, from vetiveryl acetate. If you can, fair play to you. I can't. So I get like a vetiver from it. And the vetiver sticks around for almost the whole fragrance. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. I'll come on to that. But in parallel to this vetiver, you are constantly reminded and provided with this kind of dryness, this kind of, I don't want to say earthiness as if it's separate from vetiver, because vetiver can be very earthy as well, but it's separate from a vetiver's earth. It's the cypress note in this is like it's more like above, like just on the surface earthiness, whereas vetiver's like underneath the surface. So this is like kind of like a moss. You know how you see moss on the surface of like a forest floor? That's what the cypress kind of does in this. It gives it a slight woodiness as well, which you can also get from vetiver. But this woodiness is more of like an evergreen type of thing, you know? I don't want to say pine because it's not pine, but it's more like an evergreen kind of tree. Like it's almost like do you know, like evergreens have got like waxy leaves, and waxy bark. There's a lot of like covering over there. It's not gelatinous. It's waxy. Waxy's the best thing. It's just in perfume. When we talk about waxy, we're usually referring to iris. But not this time. That kind of cypress woody vibe runs in parallel with the vetiver, or vetivers in this case. It stays very linear like that, this kind of straight line aspect that I've drawn there for you kind of like continues throughout the lifetime of the perfume. It doesn't change a lot on my skin. It doesn't change a lot at all. You get this kind of linear, parallel trip, but you are moving. You know, there is a motion, but it's very straight. And after a while, the greenness of the citrus kind of wears off, and you're left with the greenness of the vetiver. These are two clean, different greens. You will notice you're left with more of a slightly creamy green, softer green. Until you get to the end where you come into contact with like the musk, and it's not like a Koros musk. It's not like body musk. It's very clean, very fresh, very alive. It's not like decomposition. It's dark, but it's alive. You know, there's no decay. It's very much very hardy, very sturdy. There's also a kind of freshness which is part of that life of the perfume, you know, like there's activity there. You know, there's not just signs of life, but like strong signs, you know. It doesn't have to be twisting and turning and like a sunflower turning its face to the sun all the time. This is quite happy to be left in the darkness. Encre Noire means black ink. And I get that. It's not particularly smoky. It's not particularly resinous. It's not fruity at all. It's very dark, but there's this kind of vibrancy about it, but it's like a low hum, but constant, very old. It's a mature scent. It's not something you could wear as a child. You could wear it as a child. I don't know why I've said that. You could wear this as a young'un, you know, teenager, 20s, but it would be a goth scent. Excuse me. It would be a goth scent. You would have to be quite a dark character for that. So if you are a dark character, this is an excellent perfume to express your darkness. Those forests in Scandinavia in winter, like an evergreen forest in Scandinavia in winter. That's kind of what this is like. It combines that darkness, but with not fresh, because fresh in perfume evokes stuff like pineapple and fucking grapefruit and all of that sort of thing. It's not, but it has this kind of cleanliness. This there's no decay here. You know, it's got that kind of youth, and that comes from the ISO-E Super, I think. It stops this from becoming maudlin. It stops it from becoming morbid. It's darkness, but life as well. It's a very clever perfume. And it came out 2 years before a perfume which it is often compared to, which is Chanel Sycamore. Chanel Sycamore is my scent of the day. I own both of these, as you can see. Is it worth owning both of these? If you've already got Sycamore, you don't need to buy Encre Noire. If you've got Encre Noire and you feel like spending an extra $350 to $450 on a bottle of Sycamore, Sycamore is an improvement. It's a Chanel version of Encre Noire. It is very similar. They are very, very similar. There's cypress, there's vetiver, obviously. There's this dark winter evergreen forest kind of thing. What the Sycamore lacks a lot of is that kind of ISO-y super effect that Encre Noire has. It achieves that liveliness in other ways, which I will get onto if I ever review Sycamore. My version's the EDT. So these are directly, I mean, Sycamore came out 2 years after Encre Noire. Not saying that the Sycamore is a copy, but you could be forgiven for thinking that it was. It lasts all day. Encre Noire, that is, it lasts all day. It's a rewarding wear. It's interesting. It's different. It's in the fragrance community, it's ubiquitous. Out in the real world, it is not. You won't smell a lot of people wearing this. It's not a like wildly popular. It's not like Sauvage. It's not like Aventus. It's not like Baccarat Rouge. It's well made. I can't speak on new formulations of it, although I have heard it's been reformulated and it's a lot brighter now. But I'm not sure about that. And so, I want to say, at discounters, this is well worth a purchase. And if you have a large collection, you've got a bit of a conundrum. Do you need Encre Noire in a large collection? Maybe you will think there are better vetivers, and there are better vetivers. But for 25 quid, it's a lot of perfume for £25. It's a fucking, maybe the best value perfume at discounters that there is. For 25 to £30, this is incredible. Don't buy it at retail. That is silly. The bottle's really nice, although it's a bit of a, if you've got small hands, it's a bit of a cow to spray. All square bottles are like that. This is a cube. It's a beautiful thing. It's meant to look like an inkwell. The sprayer's not the greatest, I don't think, but that might just be mine. But yeah, in the fragrance community, you have to have smelled this. Samples are available from whoever decants perfumes. I hope you have enjoyed this review, friends. I will see you all again soon. Bye.